Assalamualaikum, I am Nur Atikah binti Muhammad Kasim from KBA 2492B will be presenting on the topic of Al-Rida, the apostasy. What is actually Al-Rida or known as apostasy? In Arabic, the word for apostasy is rida or irtidad, which means to recede, retire, withdraw from, or fall back. Apostasy is a person's formal separation from, abandonment, or repudiations of a religion. It can also be defined in the broader context of accepting an opinion that contradicts one's previous belief. A person who commits apostasy is referred to as an apostate. In Arabic, apostasy is referred to as al-rida. In his book At-Tawqif ala Muhimmati At-Ta'arif, Abdul Rauf Al-Manawi defined al-rida linguistically as a leaving of something for something else. Mansur bin Yunus, also known as Al-Bahuti of Hanbali school, described it in his work. Rida is someone who becomes a disbeliever after processing Islam, either by speech or belief or doubt at the matters of apostasy. It is critical to be aware of the factors that can lead to a Muslim's apostasy. Scholars have gone into a great length about it. Apostasy is typically classified into three types: apostasy of conviction, apostasies of saying, apostasies of deed. Those who associate anybody other than Allah is worship, refuse Him to reject any of His established traits, or add something that is not listed in Sharia, or else reject what Allah has promised, such as paradise and the life after death, are committing an apostasy. A person who thinks Prophet Muhammad to be a liar in his prophetic message, or who we believe he did not deliver his message, will be deemed as an apostate. Second is, according to Imam Abu Hanifah, anybody who insults Allah is committed apostasies and his repentance is legitimate. Ibn Muflih has stipulated that he not apostates more than 3 times. Third is, action have a significant role in committing apostasy, as when someone defiles the Holy Quran and throws it in a filthy place or mocks the Quran. At the same time, it's true that prophetic tradition, since it reveals a corrupt conviction. Punishment of apostasy. Scholars essentially hold 3 positions on the punishment for this apostasy. The first viewpoint, shared by the majorities of experts, holds that punishment for apostasy in Islam is death. Second expert believes that there is no punishment for apostasy in Islam, and then that person has complete freedom to practice any religion he desires. According to the third positions of explaining scholars, who distinguishes between the silent apostate and the calling apostate, the silent apostate, which is apostate who does convert from Islam but he does not invite anyone or others toward his new religion, has no consequences for his apostasy. However, the calling apostate, which is an apostate who convert from Islam and invite others to join his new religion, will be sentenced to death because he is a danger to societies, encouraging others to his newly embraced faith. While some argues that apostasy alone does not result in death, but it may combine with actions against the state or Islam. These points of evidence and new will be examined in the depth in the followings of our discussion. Look at the Quranic descriptions of apostasy. The Quran explains the fundamental concept of apostasy. To summarize, apostasy and a lack of repentance or acceptance of Islam and God result in eternal punishment. A person who commits apostasy only harms himself. Those who repeatedly abandon their faith and will never be able to obtain God's pardon, no matter what they do. Apostasy committed under pressure and so with no other options have no bearings on one's true religion. Apostasy can only impact one's actual religion if one opens his or her heart intentionally and voluntarily to a denial of the truth. Purposely and freely commit his or her heart to a denial of the reality, weak faith, lack of assurance, and a failure to serve God with a pure heart are among the most common causes of apostasy. Any job done by someone who denies the truth will be exposed. Nothing, and this is the result he or she must anticipate. The term apostasy refers to abandoning Islam and faith after having received them in conformity with what God has instructed. In Quranic, the understanding, the phrase of al-rida and irtidad imply a return to do something one had left for something or one had attained. However, none of various Quranic contexts referring to apostasy talk of it as a separation from Islam or from the spiritual realm alone. Rather, the Quran used the phrase, which encompasses both the spiritual and the material, in conjunction with the verb rada, which means to avert or turn away. Rida is an explicit retreat from and renunciations of Islam in Quran. While warning, these verses also encourage anybody who has converted to Islam to adhere to it tenaciously, since it is the authentic guidance, the most authoritative, stable foundation for life and living. If a person denies the truth after having surrendered himself to God through Islam, he abandons his faith. Rida has been used over the centuries to denote an unambiguous retreat from religion, specifically from Islam. None of the verses mentioned above, which comprise everything the Quran has to say about Rida or irtid, specify an earthly punishment for the sin or crime of apostasy. Nor they refer explicitly indirectly to the need to force an apostate to return to Islam or to kill him if he refuses. The Quran contains several verses that provide for apostasies. This would emphasize that apostasy is not only a forbidden and weak conduct, but also a specific punishment for the apostate in the world and the next. In this universe, the apostate is seen as a non-believer and his actions have no importance. This conclusion is consistent with Ja'al-Din's interpretations of apostasy in Surah Al-Baqarah. According to Al-Maraghi, in 2001, an apostate Muslim worship during Islam are rendered meaningless and futile. In this world, he or she become a loser, which according to Islamic law result the dissolution of his or her marriage and the loss of all rights to inheritance. Al-Maraghi mentions another loss: the apostate will be punished to death within his lifetime. Furthermore, he or she will be tormented by hellfire for rejecting religions in the hereafter. Meanwhile, Ibn Abbas stated in Tanwir al-Mikbas, Tafsir Ibn Abbas, that the fate of the apostate is to return to the state of kufur, which has ruled by non-Muslim. This idea was prevalent throughout early Islam, and it is an analogous to returning to Mecca after committing apostasy in Medina. In this scenario, Mecca refers to the state he or she was in prior to convert Islam. Ibn Abbas also stated that anyone renounces Islam and dies in disbelief is deemed to be a fallen person, and all of their actions are rejected hereafter. Similarly, according to Jalal al-Din, apostasy renders all good works performed while a Muslim useless. He repeated that whomever abandons his religion and dies unbelieving, their God actions are rendered ineffective in this life. From the analysis done, it can be concluded that apostasy is a sin and forbidden in Islam. According to the preceding analysis and highlighted scriptures from the Quran and Hadith, even though the Quran does not clearly declare the punishment for an apostate in this life, the concept has been addressed in Hadith. Given the importance of Hadith correctness, the presence of Hadith from an authentic source and from robust narrations cannot be denied. As a result, there is no reason to disregard the meaning of this Hadith. To summarize, the majority of Muslim jurists have agreed that the apostate must be executed based on verbal sunnah and consensus. However, the background of the apostasy is actually determined to be relevant in order to justify the heavy penalty imposed on the apostate. No punishment will be imposed on ordinary apostate who silently profess Islam, because the faith is about an internal belief. Those who insult Islam and display enmity by breaching regulations and going against the Islamic administrations, on the other hand, should face harsh punishment, because Islam is a rule-based religion. It contains both directives and statements. If a person violates a command, he will get the sentence specified in the command. That is the correct viewpoint of which everyone must adhere. The norms governing apostasies arose in a society ruled wholly by one faith. Its government structures and regulations were, in theory, based on the Quran and tradition. It was neutral in this environment, for giving up one's religion to imply being disloyal to the state and society. As a result, to apostate was regarded as a threat to be eradicated. This was put to an end by an Western powers' growing political and economic influence in Islamic world. It was the result of the two distinct processes. First and foremost, the death sentence for apostasy was established in Islamic countries under the colonial administration, or where Western powers could exert sufficient pressure to achieve this, such as the Ottoman Empire. The motivation for this approach can be traced back to a certain amount of idealism, as well as widely held belief at the time that converted indigenous were easier to rule. That's all from me on this topic, the apostasy al-Ridda. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.